Okay. With the secret departure of Arwen in the middle of the night, you all sleep softly. Then you are awoken abruptly by a new arrival. But without a moment's chance to rub the sleep from your eyes, you were all thrust out into the Hagsmire, the sanctuary of the White Witch, where you'd spent the uncomfortable night, was under a brutal assault by a magic most foul. And with Vesca's expert knowledge, you wound and wove your way through the treacherous Hagsmire, the deep feeling of unrest building within your souls. Determined to find the source of the writhing force of death and disease, you break through into an ancient clearing. At its center looms a tree. It is imposing, revolting, a form of twisted flesh and bone. You had found the entrance to the Feywild, though it was corrupted beyond all recognition. Knowing that the source, the decay, lay beyond the veil, you resolved to open the gate. The secret of the lock threatened to elude you all, sending warped, diseased Fey Guardians to suppress your efforts. But you would not be swayed in your purpose. Seeking the aid of the soul locked within the tree of flesh, you managed to intuit the correct ritual, but not before a foul presence detected your endeavors. Vesca paid a high price for your gained knowledge. The gateway into the Feywild ripped open within the flesh of Zavoy. Stealing your hearts, you passed through the gate of blood and bones, into a landscape saturated in revulsion and decay. The fabled beauty of the Feywild now replaced with a living nightmare. The realm's lifeblood lies black and coagulated at your feet. Leeching veins penetrate anything with a shred of life still within. They coat the trees, the shrubs, and all lead back to the gargantuan, oily black heart that now dominates the clearing. Your senses are assaulted with a power so vile, it stains your very being and threatens to undo you on the spot. Everyone roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
Okay. Torlek, Godfrey, and Leoquinor. The smell, the sight, lodge themselves thick and deep within your sinuses, causing you to wrinkle your nose and scratch at your eyes to try and rid yourselves of the filth of this thing that you see before you. Blinding headache takes hold of your entire head. You take 8 points of necrotic damage.
Off to a good start, guys.
Uh-oh.
You can see
Oh,
the
scary.
heart beating, shivering. Slow now. It was much faster before. As you watch it for a few seconds, you see that it looks to be building, gathering in speed. Yet again. You fear if you do not act, another wave of revulsion will be sent out from this thing to attack your senses once again.
How thick are the sort of veins coming from the heart and leaching into the environment?
Well, some of the ones leaching into these smaller shrubs and plants are no thicker than your average rope. Some latching onto the trees around are thicker, maybe as thick as your arm. The one from the heart that is attached to the giant grotesque tree behind you is probably the thickness of two men lying side by side.
I'm just wondering whether we should try to just hack away at the tendrils, veins, whatever, rather than attacking the thing itself.
Yeah, it's definitely the source of the corruption. My first instinct was to try and heal it because, it's all, healing is a benefit to good living things and damages necrosis, doesn't it? So it might benefit Javoy or hurt something bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'd definitely start with trying to heal it before I come in with my sword and start hacking things.
Alright, healing word then. I'm just going to direct it towards this heart thing and d4 plus 4. 8. Whatever that does.
Okay. What is your healing word?
Restore.
Restore. As you reach forward with your hand pointing towards the heart, you utter restore under your breath. See the light building in your palm shoots out towards this huge quivering heart. As it strikes into the side of it, you see it shudders and shakes and quivers. And where your healing magic has hit it, the oily black surface begins to calcify on the spot. Creates an area about the size of your head across this horrible oily black heart that just calcifies. You can see the flesh around it is straining and flexing and shuddering and trying to break free of this calcified lump. But at the moment it seems that part of the flesh of this thing is frozen. However, as you see the skin calcify, the flesh of this heart calcify, there's several of these large and several of the thin veins detach from the trees and the shrubs around and rear up and begin to wave, search, looking for the source of the disturbance. Then all at once, all 8 of them point in your direction and rear up. Their detached ends now dripping with this black, thick, viscous liquid, but you can see the ends are very sharp, almost like a proboscis even. Yeah, rearing, sort of swaying towards you all. I need everyone to roll initiative.
You can't. None of us are in the way.
I was about to say, let's start swimming to go on and chuck an ice knife right at it.
Yeah! Not in the way, ice knife.
Well, I would say maybe move slightly from behind.
There.
She doesn't know.
She will soon.
Am I about to learn
Not
something?
felt the ice knife yet.
Yeah.
Ice knife right to the back of the head. Kills all the rest of us.
Ice Knife, this is a huge, gigantic black heart, so you throw this ice knife forward and you see it sail through the air, sparking and shimmering as it cuts through this foul, necrotic magic that seems to seep into everything, and it smashes into the side of the heart. But there is outling smash. There is a shatter of glass as it explodes outwards.
Right, so that does 3 on impact, and then it needs to make a dex saving throw.
Well, it fails.
Amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very dexy.
You can see that it is indeed attached to the ground.
It's best to check. And it takes 5 additional cold damage.
You see the icicles like smash into the side of it, stabbing several places. You can see this horrible black liquid start to pour out the side of the heart, which begins to like sizzle and burn in like an acidic, caustic way around your magical ice shards that's stuck into the side of it. And with that, as your ice knife bursts into it, the entire clearing is rocked by a scream of pain as the tree behind you shudders and shakes and the branches flail. You can see that the large sort of vein attached to the tree is pulsing now, drawing down from the tree into the heart. It looks as if it's drawing life essence down into it.
Oh dear.
Okay. Any more movement from you, Giselle?
No, that's me.
Okay. Torlek, seeing the ice knife smash into the side of the heart, you're reacting just a second behind Giselle. You hear the roar of pain from Javoy as you charge into action.
Alright, seeing this thing leech from the tree, I'm going to... can I target this big vein in particular, the one that's sucking life out of the Javoy tree?
You can indeed. It is about 15 feet above you, but it sort of sags and drips with this horrible black, oily, coagulated blood that is coating everything.
Alright, in that case, I'm just going to Sacred Flame the big conjoining vein. So dex save, but I assume it's a vein, so...
It's a vein. It is attached.
Is it the biggest vein?
It is the biggest, blackest vein
Probably
around.
the superior vena cava then.
Yeah, so that's going to be a d8 then, of radiant damage, so 5 points of radiant damage to the vein.
As you throw your sacred flame above your head towards the vein, you see it strike against this heart, and the tendrils and veins sort of writhe in what look to be pain, very jerked movements as your fire bursts around this horrible pulsing vein. The black oily liquid is burned away in that spot, and through it you can see this dark red pulsing vein. Inside it, this lightly glowing green liquid has been drawn from the tree down into the heart. It glows with the same shimmer of Javoy's eyes.
Okay, and then in which case everyone else gets the idea to cut the vein, I'm assuming, so I'm just going to run a little bit over here out of the way, just so we're not bunched up, and that's it from me.
Wonderful. So, there are... Yeah. So, Godfrey and Giselle, you see two of these huge, thick veins come lashing forward towards you. Their slimy, sharpened points threatening to dig into your flesh. Oh, Jesus. Giselle, it rolls a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Godfrey, it rolls a natural 20.
One flare.
Oof.
It's rolled an 18.
Still hits, but it's no critical.
That's good for you.
Would like to intercept that attack on Godfrey, please. And
Alright, okay, go for it.
it's a reaction, and it reduces the damage it takes by 1d10 plus my proficiency.
That
This is a
will
good
help
ability.
quite a bit. Okay, so as these huge veins reach forward, instead of stabbing straight into your flesh, you can see they move ever so slightly and curl around you like giant
God.
snakes. You feel the
What
drip.
is going on?
You feel the drip of this oily liquid coming from just above your shoulders as you feel piercing pain as both veins dive down and invade you through your clavicle. You both take 6 points of piercing damage.
That's reduced by 3 for you, Godfrey.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
And then your entire souls burn. As you take 13 points of necrotic damage. You see, for a split second before your vision goes woozy and you threaten to fall where you stand, your life being sucked away through this vein as it pulses and squelches and drips, ooze onto you. Okay. So have you reduced your damage correctly now, Godfrey?
well, yep.
Lovely. I now need you both to make strength saving throws as the veins begin to pull you towards the heart.
8.
17.
17. Jasail, you managed to wrestle where you are and uncoil most of the vein from around you. With a sickly, it pops out of your shoulder and recoils back to where it was. Godfrey, however, you are pulled 5 feet towards the heart. As you move towards it, you can see this quivering opening of dripping with oil and blood as it gushes out, as if this huge mouth is opening in front of you, just where the vein is pulling you towards.
It's a thank you, no.
And it is you to go, Godfrey.
Is it? Am I still attached to the thing?
You are still attached.
Does it take like an action to break free? Does it?
Depends what you want to
Maybe
do.
an attempt.
You may just try and wriggle free, or you may attempt an attack to cut yourself free.
Well, I don't have any cutty kind of thing. Well, I've got a hand axe, I guess.
You could bash yourself free.
Back, smash it. Fine, I'll try and smash it, I suppose. Probably gonna be enough. 17.
17, that is a hit. Your mace connects with this thick tendril that's wrapped around you.
That is 7 damage.
7 damage. Okay. That is enough. As you smash through this tendril, it gushes your blood all over you and across the floor as it sort of sloths and writhes back towards the heart. You see it shrink into the heart and disappear. You still have this huge tendril wrapped around you and sticking into your shoulder, but it's little effort for you to rip it free and throw it to the ground.
Okay, so that's my attack. I'll heal and word Jasail for 6 back,
Ooh, thank you.
and that's the end of my turn. Wait, I guess I'll move. I'm not going to stand there anymore. I'm going to go over here.
Okay, awesome. Leaquanor.
What we were saying was the big ass aorta pulmonary artery. Was it that one? Was it over here?
I'll draw it on the map for you. There we go.
Okay. Right where I am.
Right above you. 15
Yeah.
feet above you.
I think so in there. Like right.
So it's coming from this huge heart,
Yeah.
which is about 20 feet in diameter, standing 20 feet high off the floor. And from the rear of this heart, this huge vein, about 15 feet up from it, is
Swinging.
connected to the tree behind you.
So I probably can't reach it then, unless I reach it on the tree. The tree side. Or is it still
You
quite
could-
high?
Shout
What, do you wanna-
horrible words at it. Of
I
Yeah.
can't shout words at it, man.
course you can.
It's
You're
a
a bard.
bloody heart.
Yeah, and what can hearts be? Broken.
And psychic damage.
What do you think the charisma of a giant heart is?
Well, I'm not feeling particularly
Very
friendly towards it.
low.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
it looks necrotic, and necrotic things are not charismatic.
Okay.
This
then.
is the least charismatic thing you've ever seen.
Okay, then it can probably get baned then, I guess. So rolling a d4 and subtracting that from its attack rolls, or its saving
It
throws for that
Could
matter.
stop your friends from being pierced by horrible veins.
Yeah, piercing was bad, so yeah.
All right, then. Let's bane it then. It can be baned. That's an action. So
Cool.
full action. But the healing word, which I can still do healing words, are pretty good. So you can get a level 2 healing word on Godfrey, because he looks pretty ropey over there. So I'm gonna move a bit to this side. Maybe right out the way of the any things.
That has been.
And
What do you shout to elicit bane upon the leech heart?
I'm just gonna shout scum at it. That's quite a bad word for a heart. No one likes a scummy heart. Yeah, my healing word on Godfrey as well. So you can let's have a quick look at what that'll be 5 plus 4, so 9. Sorry, 5 plus 3, so 8.
Still quite cool.
Anything
Yes.
else, Julie Aquanor?
No, mate, I've moved. You've had a real action and a bonus action, so yeah, that's me, man.
Svitalia.
Don't levitate me.
Okay, so I'm assuming I can't reach the big horrible vein with my sword.
Not without scaling the heart or scaling the tree.
No, thanks. I'm gonna bonus action second wind
Yeet it.
first. Nice to heal for 13. Can I reach any of these things? I know some of them are going into the ground. What about the ones that I've raised up to sort of come at
Yes.
us?
You are able to reach some of those.
Okay, so I'll move in and make an attack on the closest ones.
Okay, you see a rather thick vein writhing in front of you, still dripping with Jaciel's red blood from the end of it. As you move close,
Oh
it's
my
sort of
god, no way!
Oh,
serpentine manner towards you. Oh, fuck.
I
Oh, no.
don't know why this keeps happening to me.
So as you
Does
move
the
in,
sword actually the
Shake
dildo thing from Saints
the
Row?
pain and fatigue from your brow, brandish your sword and charge forward with the intent of severing this vein in front of you. You see another opening appear in the heart as you step a hair's breadth too close. A dozen small, spindly veins lash out forward and wrap themselves around your arm, your sword, your shield, your shoulders, and begin to pull you towards the heart. You are restrained and believe you have scant moments before you have very intimate knowledge of the interior of this foul thing.
Wow. It was nice knowing you guys.
Okay, we go to the top of the round. It got its pulse weapon back. So you all need to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Please
Come
be
on.
wise.
It's better this time. 16.
12.
Way.
Also 16.
Nice.
16.
Nice.
Natural 20, because this is when I needed a natural 20.
Okay. Did someone roll a 12 there?
I did.
The Aquanaut. The sickening sensation washes over you yet again. Ah. Though you were ready for its onslaught this time as you saw the pulses and the beatings of the heart grow faster and faster and faster until it shudders. And then with an audible this wave of energy passes over you. You steel yourself. Remember your purpose. To sing stories of the great deeds of brave heroes. And it is enough for you to resist. You only take 1 point of necrotic damage.
Yes.
As you stand stalwart in your heart. Jasail, wizard extraordinaire, you're on deck.
Okay, so Jess is going to target the vein. Pulling Svetalia in with magic missile.
Nice.
Okay, wonderful.
Get the right dice on.
Get them dice on, baby.
That is 8 damage. Is that
8
enough to get her out?
damage. That is enough to destroy the tiny veins
Oh,
that
thank you.
hold her arm and shield and shoulders fast. And with a final yark, Svetalia manages to break free from the last of the small veins that are trying to pull her towards this open maw, which then slams shut
You are my
with a
favorite.
quiver and a gout of foul-smelling air. Okay,
I'm just gonna-
anything else, Jasail?
Yeah, I'm just going to pop myself over here where there's slightly less vein stuff happening. And that's me.
Okay.
It's a good point,
Torlek, you can
actually.
see the large vein is still pulsing, now with more vigor, drawing this green glowing liquid from the tree.
Alright, well, seeing that Svetalia is fine, we really need to chop this big... How badly damaged does the big vein that's sucking Javoy tree's life look like? Like, how badly damaged is it?
What's your frame of reference?
I mean, before it was fine, and then we then I burned away some of the gunk, didn't I? Like, how badly fucked
Yeah.
up is it compared to what it was?
So it's about 6 feet in diameter, and you burned an area about the size of your head on it.
Alright, fuck this. I'm going to target the big old vein with a 2nd level guiding bolt then.
Yes!
So that's going to be a d20 plus 6 to hit. Oof. 10.
Ugh.
Whoa! Fucking hell. It is enough. This thing is absolutely massive. It's very hard to miss.
Oofed. Lucky for me. Alright, and then that's going to be 5d6 damage to this thing. So 15 radiant damage.
15 radiant damage. Okay, as you concentrate all of your divine power into one steely blue guiding bolt, you force it forward with power. It slams into the side of the vein, tearing through the necrotic flesh, leaving ripped strands flailing. This horrible green liquid begins to pour out onto the floor, mixing with the thick black coagulated blood of the heart, spilling and sizzling on the floor. You can see that this vein is barely hanging on with a shred. It still pulses and tries to draw the liquid from the tree, but it is all spilling out over the floor to no avail. And with one more decent hit, it is severed.
And that's it
Okay,
from me.
any movement, Torlek?
No, I'm staying right here.
Okay, here we go. You see the heart plunge two of the huge quivering veins deep into the ground as it slaps into the coagulated blood lying all around. And I need Svitalia and Torlek to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh no, I have disadvantage on those, don't I?
From the acid.
Yeah.
I hope you're taking that D4 off him for off
Oh,
his attack
God.
roll.
You know what? Fuck roll 20, man.
Okay, wonderful.
Pretty good.
Alright, so the veins smash out of the ground below you, threatening to pierce the two of you from the underneath. They're joined by several others that seem to be curling up from the very ground below you. Okay, what was yours, Torlek?
15.
15. Alright, you both manage to dive out of the way of the veins as they come shooting through the floor. You are not restrained, but some of them do pierce through your boots. Your feet burn as you feel the soles pierced by these horrible poisonous spiky veins. You both take 3 points of poison damage. You are lucky you are not restrained.
Are we poisoned?
As you moved, you are not poisoned, you just take damage. But as you move out of the way, you can see the ground below you now. Dozens of these small veins are beginning to burst through the ground, writhing and reaching for your boots. Doing everything they can to hold you fast where you are. Godfrey, you're up.
Okay. The big vein here is like 15 foot up, right? Is it?
Yes, it's looking very ruined.
So I'm gonna run underneath it and use burning hands straight up. Because that's 15 foot
Wonderful.
tall, so that should hit it.
Yeah, take
That will
that.
get it.
9 points of fire damage.
9 points of fire damage as you race beneath the dripping, gushing vein and reach to the heavens with your hands, sending this radiant fire flying into the sky. You see the tendrils around the heart shake and quiver in pain as there's a sickly snap and then a gush of fluid that pours directly down onto your head, Godfrey,
Of course it
as the
does.
vein is severed.
I'm kind of hoping that it cauterizes it on the tree side end, you know, to stop the fluid leaking
You
out.
can see as soon as the vein is severed and the green fluid begins to rush out of the tree, what's left of the vein attached to the tree quickly begins to calcify and harden before crumbling to a fine powder, which now drifts to the floor and coats you.
Cool.
A heartbeat goes past, then two, before there is a in the air. Spores blossom, float down from the highest of the tree's branches above you. You can see they're above you now, where it was once flesh and bone and dripping blood. The very tips of the branches are healthy brown bark, tiny blossoms forming on the ends. As they drift down, Leoquinor, Svitalia, and Torlek. As the blossoms touch your skin, you feel a warmth pass through you. Your heart's slow. You feel comforted for the slightest of seconds. So the four of you, that's Godfrey, Sligokonos, Vitalia, and Torlek, take 4 points of healing from the blossoms.
Woo!
Awesome.
Okay, I think that's me.
That's you. Alright, Leokono, you're up.
Okay, so were there any other like nice, big, juicy-looking veins or arteries? Yeah.
Only the
Yeah.
ones you see that are rearing back to strike you. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of other ones streaming off this thing into the foliage all around you.
Right. So the ones that were these ones that were around Vitalia and Torlek?
Those ones
the
on the
little ones?
ground, sticking up
Yeah.
from the ground, writhing.
Yeah, but there was nothing coming off the actual like bigger ones coming off the heart.
There was only one huge one coming off the heart
Yeah.
into the tree, which you've now
You can just
severed.
look up the heart now.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to go
Now that
straight
it's
for
not
the heart.
draining your boy dry.
Right, we can get there, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll get quite there. I
Within
don't want
reach of its toothy maw.
That's why I'm going around the side of it. I don't quite fancy it's the teeth that are drawing Vitalia in. That would be silly. So yeah, let's have a quick slash at it.
With a rapier.
Yeah. Will it feel a 14?
It'll feel a 14. You know its AC is 10.
Get it. Then it'll take a swift 7 slash.
Swift 7 slashing damage as your
Yeah.
rapier pierces and slashes across the skin of this heart. You open up a very slim ribbon. Black liquid oozes out, foul smelling and steaming into the air.
Cool. And I'm going to whisper a little healing word to myself as well. The healing word is, "It's okay."
You're comforted by this.
I feel very comforted by this. So that'll be... there it is. Sweet 5. That's 2 1s and plus 3.
Outstanding.
Lovely.
Very nice. Okay. Anything else, Leokono?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Svetalia, before you move, you feel these tendrils grasping around your boots, trying to find a weak point to dig in. You're going to do a strength saving throw before you can move from this area,
Joke.
or you will find your feet restrained into the floor.
24.
You manage to break free with your powerful legs. You feel several of the thinner veins snap. Hot liquid splashes across your pauldrons. Your greaves.
Greaves. Nice try, ugly.
Mm.
I'm going to move out of that area and try to stab it where the maw opened and where the veins came at me before. I'm going to aim for that area.
Cool. Go for it.
Oh,
Oh man.
no, I miss. Oh, do I miss? 9?
Yes, you miss. Its
Yeah.
AC is 10.
You should have given me.
Slash forward with your sword. A small vein lashes out and catches you in the hand, knocks your swipe away from the heart. It threatens to curl around your wrist and drag you towards, but you lash back with a strong arm and snap it. And it dangles limply around your wrist for a second before falling to the floor. We're at the top of the round. Godfrey, from where you are, you can see that Veska has crawled and is now standing on the other side of the shimmering barrier between the realms. And see, she plunges her handless arms up into the meat and dripping flesh of Javoy, closes her eyes and begins to concentrate. Okay, Jaseo, you're up on deck.
Okay. Gonna pop up here and then chuck a firebolt at the heart. Where's a dirty 20?
Dirty 20 is going to hit the dirty heart.
And that's 8 damage.
Nice.
Nice. You can see as your firebolt strikes into the oily flesh, it looks as if the thick, viscous liquid has put it out as it sizzles. Then all of a sudden it begins to bubble and boil, and the flesh is burned, and the liquid evaporates in this thick cloud of steam. You can see beneath this bright, rippling flesh of the heart is seared, and it beats with a horrible rhythm. Anything else, Giselle?
No, that's me.
Torlek, you feel the veins try and wrap themselves around your feet. You fear if you stand there a moment longer, you'll be dragged down into the mire below you.
Oh, believe me, I'm moving. I'm gonna move to about here. Just to run away
After
from
a
the
strength
veins.
saving throw, you will.
Strength saving throw. Gotcha, mate. Gotcha. Which I am ungood at, so it's just a straight roll. Oh! 8. I fear I may not be going anywhere.
These veins hold you fast into the floor. You can feel them trying to search for weaknesses under your armor. You can feel them trying to prod and pry. But for the moment, you are held fast.
Fuck.
You believe, with a deft stroke of a sword, you may be able to free yourself.
Unfortunately, I don't have one of those. So
You have a mace.
I do have a mace.
Yes, I forgot. You believe that will crush your foot. Probably best not to do that.
Fuck, I don't want to be restrained. Alright, new plan. Word of Radiance. Just shout at the ground, just burn! And just fry all of these little fuckers with my Word of Radiance. How about
5. You do indeed burn all of the tendrils and veins coming out of the floor before you with this huge radiant burst. You see the heart shrivel and quiver and cough as the veins that were leaching to the ground burst back out from where it was and begin to sway and search for new targets.
Good. So, I'm going to run the side of it, and then I don't really have much left, so I'll just throw a second level healing word at Giselle for 2d4 plus 4. So 9.
Oh, thanks.
Not being imaginative at the moment, just heal!
Did
Do
the
it!
trick, thank you.
Heal!
And that's it from me.
Wonderful. Leoquinor and Svitalia. The side of the heart where you were standing begins to open up. These thick ribbons of black fluid dripping, and veins shoot out to restrain you both. It's going to be a dexterity saving throw from both of you, please.
Okay.
Dirty 20 for me, please. Bob.
Dirty 20 for you.
11 for me.
11 for Svitalia. Leoquinor, you manage to deftly sidestep the veins that come lashing out towards you. As you do so, you see from the corner of your eye that Svitalia is completely engulfed and dragged inside
Oh no.
Ah!
the heart.
Oh no.
The opening closes up. Okay. Svitalia, you feel your body pierced in a dozen places all at once. There's tiny needles biting into your flesh, digging deep, searching for the veins and arteries around your heart. You take 8 points of necrotic damage. You are restrained and blinded and suffocating.
Yay.
All the good things.
Well, I'm the meat shield. At least it was me.
Meat shield, not meat platter.
Okay. Godfrey, Leoquinor, from where you stand, Jasail, you've seen Svetalia drawn inside the huge heart. The maw is beginning to close over, the tendrils knitting back together with a sickening squelching and squirming, the quivering flesh. Godfrey, you're on deck.
Okay, I can't really see. She's like completely inside, right?
Yeah, you saw her disappear from this spot here, inside the heart.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast Flaming Sphere
That has retracted.
and put it right next to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just like crash it into it. It has to make a dex save. So,
Well, it fails.
yeah. So it takes 9 points of fire damage.
Okay. So you can see as you crush your flaming sphere into the side of the heart, it begins to sizzle and bubble. Writhing veins slash this flaming sphere, trying to remove it from the heart's immediate vicinity, all of which are getting burned and fried. As you can see, everywhere that it's being touched by this flaming sphere, the oily black liquid is burning away, revealing this dark red pulsing flesh. Svetalia, it's getting hot in there.
Oh no.
That's it.
Okay. Leoquinor, you're on
Guess it's-
deck. You can just about see the point at which Svetalia was taken inside the heart. It's closing.
Can I see anything that's like hinging on its like the jaw as to where it opened?
You can see just the opening starting to it's knitting back together. There's scant heartbeats left before it's completely closed. You've noticed that every time it's opened in a different area.
Oh, that's neat fun, is it?
Well, through the tiny gaps left in the flesh, you can see Svetalia's shining armor being tossed and battered around on the inside.
Ah, can we go for a dragon pull? Like, jump dragon pull?
That's going to be a strength check from you.
I'm not a strengthy man, but we can try. Oh, it's 11 on a strength.
11. So you're going to have to move to here,
Yeah.
where Svetalia was taken inside. You plunge your hands deep inside the heart. Feeling around frantically for a heartbeat, you manage to put one hand, two hands on Svetalia and begin to pull. It doesn't seem to be moving far. You feel her move ever so slightly towards you. And then you feel tiny, piercing stabs in your forearms. You take 2 points of poison damage as unknown tiny needles pierce through your flesh. You believe with another mighty heave, you may indeed free Svetalia. Of which it is you now. Blind, restrained, and suffocating. You feel two strong hands grasp your armor and begin to pull you.
Do I get to try to act?
You can make a strength saving throw to try and free yourself from the dozens and dozens of tiny tendrils that are piercing your flesh. Try and
Can I make that
crawl
with
your way out.
advantage? Since Leo is
Lord.
pulling me?
No, the reason because Leo
Okay,
was pulling
right.
you,
Well,
you get
you know,
opportunity.
shy bends. Shy bends.
Oh, for God's sake!
This must be a record for the amount of
you
natural ones in a session.
thrash and writhe around, heave your arms and move your back, and try and move with Leo's movements in the direction that he's pulling you. However, your body is racked in pain as the tiny tendrils dig deeper inside you, take another 4 points of poison damage. Okay, top of the round. So, Godfrey, from behind you hear a gasp come from Veska. You hear a creak and a crunch of snapping bone and tearing muscle as you see one of the huge branches above you leer down towards the Aquanaut. As he strains against the heart, you hear another snap and crunch as it begins to curl around his midriff. Now, the Aquanaut, you feel this horrible, slimy crunching. It feels like a skinned arm with wet flesh and snapping bone begin to curl around you and pull you backwards. Do you resist or do you go with it?
I'll resist. I don't quite fancy that.
Okay, so you're going to need a strength check, please.
Oh, why does it have to be strength?
Against-
12.
12. It is not enough as you are lifted from the ground by this huge, red, sinewy, dripping appendage wrapped around your body, and you begin to be pulled backwards. You are lifted 5 feet from the ground and dropped unceremoniously here, and with a giant Svetalia tumbles out of the inside of the heart.
I did wonder why you were resisting it.
You're completely covered in dead, coagulated blood.
Lovely.
Thick clots dripping down through
A
your
big,
arms.
big spit.
As you wipe it from your arms, there's another crunch and snap of bone and sinew as the branch releases you. It begins to move back to its original position.
It's your boy.
Godfrey, you hear something collapse beneath you. Behind you, sorry. As you turn over your shoulder quickly, you see Veska lying, barely holding herself up with her stumps of wrists still dug deep into the flesh of Javoy. And we're back to the top of the round. Jasael, it is you.
Just to clarify, how far away from the heart is Svetalia right now? Is she next to it?
She's right next to it. She's literally
Okay.
fallen out of it.
Firebolt it is then. And that's a 14
That's gonna hit.
for 9 damage.
9 damage. You see the heart is burned yet again. Huge swathes of the oily black liquid now have been burned away from the heart. And you can see this like red, sinewy flesh beginning to sear and shrivel beneath the heat of your firebolt as it smashes into the side of this thing. The veins are quivering and jerking. And then as one, you see them focus in your direction.
Oh, good.
Anything else from you?
Just gonna take a little step back.
Okay, the veins follow you.
Of course they do.
Torlek,
That's me.
you're on deck.
Alright. Well, as all the veins turn to face Jasael, I'm just going to shout at this morass of necrotic gubbins. Just, "Oi, it's me you should be worried about!" Second level guiding bolt. To the
Okay, go for
face. Please be good. North
Hit.
of 20. 22, yeah. Awesome. So that's 5d6 radiant damage.
Radiant damage, sir.
14 points of radiant damage, and it starts to glow. Next attack has advantage.
The heart is enveloped in this huge radiant fire. You see the majority of the black liquid is burned away now, revealing the sinewy red flesh within it. You can see thick veins and arteries carrying this horrible poison within the heart, pumping and leaching it into the floor. And then all of the veins swivel in your direction, Torlek.
And I'm going to take a couple of steps back this way.
It's me you should be worried about. Ah!
They follow you.
Yeah, as long as it's not after the wizard. Right, okay. That's it from me.
Alright. True to your word, it is you the heart is worried about. 2 thick veins come lashing out towards you. The first is only a 5, the second is a 19.
That's going to hit.
You feel a moment of terror as the thick vein wraps around your entire body. You manage to deflect the second one with your shield, leaving your clavicle open. You feel a sickly drip of the thick liquid running down your neck as the vein rears up in front of your eyes. And it bites down into your flesh, bursting through your clavicle, threatening to pierce your heart. You take 6 points of necrotic damage. I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
Okie dokie. That's just going to be a straight roll, I believe. Yeah. 16.
16. You were only pulled 10 feet towards the heart as you feel yourself lifted from the ground and brought towards it with frightening speed. However, you manage to dig your feet in and stop and pull back against the vein, momentarily slowing to a stop. Okay, Godfrey.
It
You're
takes
up.
9 points of fire damage from the flaming sphere because it ended its turn there.
Outstanding.
Okay.
You can see the skin is now beginning to crackle and break, and huge gouts of this black liquid are beginning to pour from the heart as it quivers. 3 of the tendrils you see raised in the air drop limply to the floor.
Cool.
The skin around it is turning brown and seared, black and charred.
You said Veska like collapsed, Brian. Is she still conscious?
She looks to still be conscious and barely just holding her hands into the tree.
Okay, I'll turn to her and say, "Save your strength. We've got this." And then I'm going to also second level guiding bolt it, taking the leaf out of Torlek's book. With a... Luckily it's got low armor class.
You've got advantage because of my guiding bolt.
Yeah. Still needed it though. So I just beat it with 11, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Rolled a 4 and a 5 with advantage. So what? 5d6? 11, 13, 19, 22
Oh, nice.
damage, and I'll use my bonus action to ram it with the sphere again for another 2.
Okay, so what's that in
So that's
total?
So that's, what did I say, 22 plus 4 plus 3. 29 damage in total.
Wow.
29 damage in total as you flash forward with your guiding bolt. You see it swells in intensity as it races towards the heart. It smashes into the side of it, which is now completely exposed by your flaming sphere, and immediately the skin and the sinew and the flesh of the heart begins to calcify. The tendrils and veins shake and shudder before stopping where they are. And you see the calcification spreads across the entirety of the heart. Is turned to stone.
Woo! Yay, good job, guys.
Whew.
A heartbeat goes past. And 2. Everything seems quiet. You hear a crunch. A snap. A crack, and a small piece of the heart is flung from the side of it and lands on the floor with your feet, Godfrey, in the thick black ooze.
This piece of
Then
stone.
there is a roar. And the heart shatters with a cacophonous bang, sending splinters of calcified flesh flailing out towards you all. You need to make a dexterity saving throw, please. As you are showered with sharp shards of the heart.
18 for me, thanks, Bob.
18.
Oh, non-natural 1.
18
9.
for me. Oh, Godfrey as well.
21. I've peaked.
21. Okay. Svetalia, 17.
No, 9. Disadvantage.
9 disadvantage. Okay, so Svetalia and Torlek, you take 5 points of piercing damage as sharpened shards of decayed, calcified flesh pummel your bodies. And in the ruins of the heart rises a form.
Oh no.
Huge, black, writhing tentacles unfurl, revealing a powerfully built humanoid form as it rises into the air. Its pallid, dead flesh gleams in the necrotic light of the Feywild. It brandishes a huge trident. Its covered face, this black metal mask, resembles the leech heart with tendrils and veins, covers the top half of its face, rises and scans you all. Well now, who has disturbed my slumber? Before you stands the form of the Wither. And it is he who acts first.
Oh no.
With a lightning speed, the tentacles slither and slime across the floor. Towards Leo and Svetalia, the two closest interlopers that have disturbed the Wither's business.
I'm not a smart man.
Okay. He is going to lash out at Svetalia with his huge trident. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's a 19 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
You take 3 points of slashing damage and are thrown 10 feet backwards, landing with a thud on your back. As he swipes, he brings the trident up in a high arc. Makes eye contact with you, Leokonos. Oh, I will enjoy this! And
Feel you
lands
got the easy bit.
trident down towards you. With a blow designed to pierce and hold you to the floor. That's the wrong thing. That's 18 to hit. Ooh dear.
Cutting
Probably
words.
gonna hit.
Adam? Cutting words, maybe?
I don't have cutting words at the minute.
Ah, what?
That's 8 points of piercing damage. And until you make a strength saving throw, you are impaled and held to the floor. As he looks around at you all, you can see Leokonos struggling beneath his trident. Leave this place, and I might let one of you live. You cannot stop what has been started. And Torlek, it's you up to retort.
I'm not in a witty repartee mood because I have 1 hit point, so I'm just like, and just literally neck one of my homemade milkweed seed healing potions.
Outstanding.
choice.
which is going to be 2d4 plus 2, because she said it was just like a normal healing potion. So 7 hit points for me, which puts me back on 8, which is a bit more manageable. And then, by way of a response, Sacred Flame to the face. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, hang on.
Seems more dexy than the heart, to be fair.
Yeah.
Tentacles strike me as quite dexterous.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, it's only a 13.
DC's 40. No, DC's even more than that, so that's fail.
Nice.
DC's 15, so. So he's going to take a D8 of radiant 2 radiant damage.
Okay. You see that crashes into him, into his side as he tries to wrestle and move out of the way. Leoquano, you feel the trident pulled out of your midsection. You are not pinned to the floor anymore as he tries to move out of the way. The flame still strikes him across his dead necrotic flesh as it sizzles and chars black for a second. He looks at it, looks back at you. You'll pay for that, Tin Man! And points his trident, still dripping with Leoquano's blood, at your direction.
Bring it!
He sneers at you. Okay. Giselle.
Well, time to repay the favour and do some distraction. I'm going to chuck a firebolt right at his face.
Nice.
That's a 19 to hit.
That is a hit.
Boom. It was a rather underwhelming 3 damage. So
Okay.
like I tried.
Okay, so you cast your firebolt and hurl it through the necrotic atmosphere of the Feywild, and you see it splash against his back. From where you are, there's just a slight as he turns over his shoulder. And his eyes focus back on Torlek.
Oh, fuck.
The leech heart is dead. It is Godfrey to act.
I don't know. Bounce the flaming sphere off his bonds. Dex save.
Ooh, shit. That's a 17.
He takes half damage, so he takes. It's only 2. Well, it was 5, so yeah, round down to 2.
Okay. You can see his skin begin to sear on his right shoulder blade as the sacred flame, flaming sphere, threatens to smash into him. He manages to roll with it just the last second. His grey skin turns black and sears. Okay.
That's a bonus action though, so yeah, I'm gonna stay over here. I didn't like his sister, and I certainly don't like one of these stand next to him.
Cheers, lads.
So I'll just do also a sacred flame on him.
Let's have it.
So dex save again.
13 this time.
He takes 7 points of radiant damage.
The sacred flame smashes into him. He growls. You see him look at you from the corner of his eye. The flick between the Torlek and yourself, as if weighing something up in his mind. Anything else, Godfrey?
That's it.
Okay. Before Leoquano can act, the Wither moves with frightening speed. There's a blur of motion as the Trident becomes airborne, hurtling towards you, Godfrey. He's using his legendary action, which I've called Impale. Ooh, good lord. 22 to hit.
1.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
What a dick lord.
You only take 4 points of piercing damage as the trident skewers you through your right calf and digs deep into the ground below you. You are brought to your knees. You try to pull on the trident, It seems to be stuck firm in the ground. You know, you're going to be restrained until you free yourself from that.
Ouch.
But he doesn't have a trident now.
That's
Just Trident now.
I bet he can get it back.
From the floor beneath the writhing tentacles, you can feel them moving over your leg and your skin as he's sort of rising up on them to his full height of 15 feet.
What?
This guy's 15 foot tall.
15 feet high when he's fully risen up on his tentacles.
I guess he's got tentacle legs.
He does have a lot of tentacle legs. Leo, what would you like to do? You're currently on your back. The large wound in your stomach.
Did he say he moved as well, or was he just like writhing up?
He's rising up on the spot.
All right. See, I really want to move, but all right. Let's try rolling out the way. Let's just roll back just to about here. Do we think he's going to get some sort of an opportunity attack? Maybe. Is that going to be worth it? Possibly. Because he hasn't got a trident anymore. So.
It'd be worth it for level 2 ice knife I can drop on him next turn.
Actually,
he hasn't got his trident anymore. If you want to make an acrobatics check to see.
well, I'll
if
tell you what. I'll have a
tentacle.
slash at him first. I'll have a slash at him first, and then I'll roll backwards. That moves full movement. So maybe a slash at like a supporting looking tentacle.
One of the load bearing tentacles.
Yeah, a load bearing tentacle. That's a good
A
word.
load bearing tentacle. You see there's quite a few of them where you can single one out.
Yeah, the one that looks like he's, like if it was
Leaning
like
his
a
weight
tripod. Yeah, he's got most of his weight on. It's gonna stagger him a little bit. So just a quick swipe at that, not a stab.
Okay.
A swipe, open it, lop it off.
Go for it.
That is gonna be. Ooh, dirty 20. 16 plus 4.
That is enough. You managed to find the flesh with your with the tip of your rapier.
It's gonna be 6 damage on a
6
tentacle.
damage. You can see it writhes as you stab through it. This oily black ichor pouring out all over the end of your blade. And as it writhes and shrivels up, another sloughs into its place.
Did he at least have a little bit of a whoa moment? It's a little bit of a.
He is still sort of. His eyes have moved from Godfrey back to Torlek. He knows that Godfrey's now taken out of action. He doesn't seem to be paying the rest of you much heed.
No, okay. All right, now I'll try that acrobatic roll from. Good at you know. It's 17 on an acrobatics check.
Okay, go for it. That is good, and he's gonna make. So as you see one of the tentacles rise up and begin to slam down at you, you manage to deftly roll out of the way, and come to a crouch.
It's fine. I'm okay with that. At least I'm 1 square away. That's good. That's me.
Okay, excellent. Vitalia, you're on deck.
Okay, and that was wonderful, but now I'm gonna have to move in because I can't do anything from a distance.
What a shame.
Come on, pig dice.
It's gonna be a 1 now.
Oh, okay, nice. 15 plus 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that is enough.
Okay, I will sweep again. I'll sweep at its tentacles too, please.
Go for it.
For oh, nice. 9, 10, 12 damage.
12 damage. Outstanding. There's a little witch as he looks down towards you. You can see the tentacles are writhing and moving as he spins in your direction and brings both of his hands up. It is the top of the round, and the wither is next to go. Okay. Alright, here we go. Svitalia and Leoquinor, you see both of his hands pointing towards you. He smiles, and as he does so, this horrible black slime drips down his teeth, sharp and shark-like teeth, and runs down his chin. And he forces this fetid air out of his mouth, curls it up into a ball, and then forces it forward against you both. Okay, it's a sickening greenish brown fog that comes flying towards you. Alright, okay. You both need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
15 for me.
12.
12.
Why did I go back to roll 20? Have I learned nothing?
No, you managed to deftly roll out of the way of the cloud as he's still on your in a crouched position. It dissipates over the top of your head. Svitalia, taken by surprise, breathe deep. And you take 6 points of poison damage as you immediately begin to cough and splutter. And with that done, he moves with lightning speed towards Torlek. Yes, Vitalia, you can make an opportunity attack.
Okay, I'm going back to my pink dice.
Totally worth it.
Oh, yeah, 19 plus 5.
That will hit.
Okay. And, damage not so good. 9 damage?
9 damage. Outstanding. Okay. There we go. Torlek. A hand reaches out towards you to grab the front of your armor. Once you make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. D20 minus 1. 11.
11. It's not quite enough as you feel this giant, cold to the touch, stinking like a corpse, dead hand grasp around your neck, its sharp fingernails digging into your skin. You are lifted off the ground and brought close to his face. He smiles, this horrible, sickly grin with this slime dripping down his face. He opens his mouth as if to inhale your entire head. Breathes deeply. You feel your life essence being drawn from your body. The damage on this is a D8. It is necrotic damage. It is a 6.
2 hit points left.
He breathes your life essence into you. It feels as if your very soul has been dragged from your body. His cheeks flush pink for a second.
Oh, what an habit.
Some of the charred skin across his shoulder heals over.
Shit.
He then discards you to the floor. You clatter 10 feet away from him to lie on your back. Throws you away like some unwanted, forgotten toy. And wheels around to stare at Godfrey. And Torlek, it is you up now.
I'm prone, yeah?
You are prone.
Yeah. So I'll use half my movement to stand up. Just be like, I'm not done with you yet. I have 1 Molotov left. So I'm going to throw it at him.
Nice.
Outstanding.
Sort of. Is that all you got? Molotov. Right. The way
Is that all you've got?
legit. This was I have damage and that it creates a 10-foot square 1d4 damage hazard written down, but I haven't written down how we do this for attack rolls and stuff like.
I said that you guys have thrown so many of them now that you can use your proficiency, so it's just a ranged attack with your proficiency.
Okay, so in that
You guys are
case,
pretty well versed in chucking Molotov cocktails about.
okay, so
Damn it, Torlek.
yeah,
Hail Mary. Come on, son.
bath bomb coming at you, so it's going to be a +1 modifier to this, so 8.
Oh, Torlek. The bath bomb sails over his shoulders and crashes to the floor. Inside the slime and decrepit bits of broken heart, there is a wet as it lands into the goop on the floor without exploding.
Oh well.
Fuck.
At least you can pick it up later if we survive.
Yeah, true. Okay, use the rest of my movement to back away from him, and bonus action, draw and load the crossbow, because I'm all out of tricks, and that's it from me.
Come over here.
I can't go over there, there's big rocks in the way. And I don't want to pass close to him.
Alright. Jasail. You are up. You've watched the life essence be drawn out of Torlek. Godfrey impaled by a giant trident. Svetalia and Leoquinor dusted with a cloud of fetid gas that's left Svetalia coughing and gasping for air. What do you do?
Where
over
exactly
there?
did the bath bomb go?
Point. The bath bomb went here.
Okay.
Into the goop.
Oh.
I will point
Can't
out
quite
if
get
you
there.
end your turn next to Flaming Sphere, you will take damage.
And I would also like to point out that the bath bomb in the goop has ended its turn next to the flaming sphere, yet still has not gone off.
Well, that sounds like a ticking time bomb. Get myself a smidge closer, and I'm going to chuck a level 2 ice knife at him.
Ice knife! Natural
That-
one! Natural one!
Throw it so hard it hits Torlek in the face.
23.
Exactly what was going to happen. 23, the ice knife sails through the flaming sphere, leaving a frozen hole for a split second before it reforms around it and cackles.
So
Crashes
that
into the side of the wither,
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
exploding with a shattering
Nice.
10
sending
damage on
shards of
impact.
ice flying
And-
across his form.
And as it explodes... Oh wait, he needs to make a dex save first to see if that...
Oh, not good.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's not good for him.
Oh, that's fine then. So that is 11
Nice.
damage as it goes kaboom.
As it goes kaboom, the icicles smash into the side of him. What is this I feel? Pain. Let me show you what it feels like. And he's going to.
We all know she's hit us with ice knife plenty times
Is there
before.
anything else from you, Jasail?
Don't feel
Gestures
special.
up towards you.
That would have been team killing damage kind of stuff.
Yeah, that would have seen fucking.
That's why I've waited 3 rounds until he's not too near anyone.
Damn good ice knife.
Yeah,
Anything
that
else from
makes-
you? He gestures in your direction. Let me show you what it feels like. You see his black-red energy building up in his hand as he's going to use his legendary action, which I called Exsanguinate.
Oh,
Oh
fuck.
joy.
Constitution saving throw, please, Jasail.
Oh. That is not one of the things I'm good at.
Funny that.
It's a 14.
Right, okay. Roll a d4 for me, please.
Oh dear. That's a 4.
Oh, that's not good for you.
I don't think I wanted to roll high there.
Okay, Jasail, as he points towards you and unleashes his sort of green, black, brown energy flying towards you. It dissipates in the air in front of you. You think the spell effect has failed. And your vision begins to blur. Your nose feels blocked and your hearing begins to dampen. Your mouth tastes like iron and it's hard to swallow. You feel wet, and as you turn towards your compatriots, you all see that Jasail is bleeding from every orifice in her face.
Are you okay?
Lovely.
Now you take 9 points of blood loss. So I'll let you know that you have stage 1 of bleeding.
Okay. Claw machine.
You are dizzy from blood loss, the blurring of your vision and the deafening of your hearing. Your movement speed is reduced by 5. Well, you're
Good.
quite intelligent, aren't you?
Yes.
As you look, the amount of blood pouring from your face, your ears, your mouth, your nose, you estimate at the rate that you are losing blood, things are going to start getting worse and worse and worse in the next 12 seconds.
Well then.
So deck save for him from the Flame Sphere.
Deck save. That is a 14.
I think that save, yeah, meets. So he takes.
As you rolls out the way.
It was 9, he takes 4 points of fire damage.
4 points of fire damage.
How's he looking?
He's
Obviously
looking a
fairly,
little
yeah.
crispy on the outside, but he has hell and vengeance in his eyes, and his eyes are only locked on you.
Well, he can get a bit crispier, hopefully. And I'm going to cast Scorching Ray.
Ooh, yay.
So, 14 for the first beam.
That is not a hit as he manages to roll out of the way. Locked on you, his gaze.
18.
Second one strikes him mid-tentacles,
And another 18.
and the third one also hits in the tentacles. You can see several of them are burned and charred and seared. Some of the smaller ones fall and slough off to the side. There's a stench of burning, decayed flesh.
He takes 16 points of fire damage
Okay.
total.
You will pay for this with your life.
Probably. Am I still pinned to the thing? Like, is there anything I can do about the Trident, or is it going to take like an action to pull it out?
You reckon it's going to take an action to release yourself?
Then I shall remain impaled.
The Aquanaut, you're up.
An action, you say? Let's try and ride that Trident out then.
Strength check, please, Leo.
Yeah, cool. That's a... Get a 13 on strength for that.
Okay. That is just enough to wrench the trident out of the floor. However,
It does hurt.
the rough, dismal nature of its extraction, Godfrey, you take 3 points of piercing damage as it rips the muscle in your calf as he twists the trident, wrenching it out of the ground.
Thanks.
Blood gushes from the wound into the thick ooze below you. You can feel the burning of infection starting
Joy.
as the black liquid, the decayed blood that coats the ground, enters your wound.
Then let's try and bonus action healing word that. It's just the level 1, so it's okay. It's healing word again. And 7.
7 points of healing damage. You feel the infection burned away and the wound in your leg begins to knit closed. It aches. And it is sore to stand on, but you believe that you can fight on.
I'm keeping the
Now,
Okay.
Leo.
Anything
it.
else, Leo?
No, that's it. Thank you. Quite happy with that.
Vitalia.
Okay. 5, 10. Okay, I'm going to move to here, and then I'm going to grab Godfrey, like by the front of his armor, and like pull him round and switch places with me. And then he gets a +8 to AC.
Nice.
Nice.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've been trying to use this the whole time, but I've never been able to position. So we switch places, yeah. And then I'm just gonna check. I don't know if I'm assuming it is an action. If it's a maneuver and it doesn't say reaction, I think it's an action, isn't it?
I think it will be, yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to raise my shield and stare down this ugly mother. And that's it from me.
This is a very Avengers formation we've got going on over here.
It is.
Probably not a good idea for you to face.
You all hear a gasp from behind you, and small crumple as Veska crumples into the floor. More blossom begins to shake free and fall down upon you all. You take 3 points of healing as the blossoms hit your skin. That's Leokonos, Vitalia, and Godfrey. As the wither
much, sorry?
advances. 3 points of healing.
3, thank you.
Upon you all.
Oh, come on.
Was
man.
he
Why
not
is it
gonna?
moving
Was he
over
not
there?
coming from me?
He was. But Vitalia is now in the way.
Ah.
So as he reaches you all, he goes, "It is good you chose to die together like rats." And then his tentacles flex, and he brings his arms forward like a conductor, and his huge, black, fetid cloud extends out from underneath between his tentacles, like ink spreading in water, engulfing all of you. And you want to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Can't see.
16.
Oh dear.
14.
Oh dear.
22.
That's alright. Okay, so Vitalia, you managed to close your mouth in time. You're going to take half damage. Fuck. So you're going to take 6 points of poison damage. Leocrino and Godfrey take 12 as this huge cloud surrounds them. As you begin to cough
I'll
and splutter.
use my reaction on Leo to reduce that by 9.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
that's not too bad. So Leo, you take 3 points of poison damage. As this huge fetid cloud begins to engulf you all. It blocks out the light. For a moment, it's all you can see, all you can taste. It burns your eyes, the inside of your nose. Each breath is pain and fire. He stands above you all. Svetalia, you feel a hand reach out and grab a hold of you, lift you. Need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
It's not brilliant. 12, 13, 14, 16?
16.
Pretty good.
I know, but I have
Well,
a
actually-
plus 5, so that's
You feel this arm begin to try and lift you from the floor. A very similar motion to what you saw Torlek suffer before. So you dig your feet in deep, and you get a pummel on the arm, your shield and the hilt of your sword. Through the cloud it lets go. You're okay. Torlek, you're up.
Alright. I'm going to use all my movement to get to there, and then can I use my bonus action to toss my other healing potion to Svetalia?
She's currently engulfed in a fetid cloud at the moment. I should probably draw that on the map, shouldn't I?
This is what I was going to ask. I can't see how many hit points Godfrey's
You can
got.
see the writhing forms within it. I'm really glad you're all bunched up for that.
Maybe a bad idea.
You
then.
can see the writhing forms within it. It's going to be pretty high because you'll have to try to signal Svetalia so she can try and catch something that you can't quite see coming.
Shit. Alright, let's hope plan A works then. So as I run over towards him, I'm just going to shout at him. How can you hope to beat them when you can't even kill the cripple? And cast Turn Undead. And hope he's undead.
He's pretty undead.
I mean,
He seems like a pretty powerful undead.
He's the Siren's little brother, right? So I'm assuming he's undead. So he has to make a Wisdom save of DC 14. Yeah.
Now he is very old, and with age comes great wisdom. Unfortunately for you, it is an 18.
Fuck my life. Okay.
He turns to you and goes, "How do you hope to survive against the god of plague and disease?"
I'd really like to protect my friends here, but if I can't get the potion to them, I'll have to use my bonus action to drink it myself, because otherwise I'm going to get one shot, so I'll drink it myself.
Yeah, just use it,
Which is 7 for me, which puts me back on 9 hit points, and that's it from me, mate.
No, because we changed the healing potion thing, so doesn't it just
Yeah.
do max?
Just do max,
Yeah.
just as max, mate. Just as 10
Oh,
max.
fuck, yeah, I forgot. Cool. In which case, cool. 10,
Remember
so
that.
that puts me on 12.
Just as 10 max.
Wicked. Yeah, nice. Good call, guys. Thanks.
You see now why I changed it.
Yes,
Just as
I
10
do.
max. Yeah, good. All right.
That's
Champion.
it for me.
Jasil.
No ice knife, please.
Yeah, this is not a time for ice knife. What it is time for is for Giselle to get over here and pick up the bath bomb
Oh, shit.
and yeet it specifically into his face,
Okay.
not
Please
down
don't
at his
miss.
feet. Just making that very, very clear. So, like,
Right.
you know,
As you
aiming
do
for the
fish
spot.
around in the ooze and the goo and the coagulated blood, you do indeed find the bath bomb. And it is absolutely covered in slime and coagulated blood.
Oh, shit.
It's going to take quite a bit of cleaning to get that to work. You reckon, as you're an intelligent lady, that you could possibly throw it at him and hit it with something to make it explode. However, the way of igniting it is completely ruined.
That does not seem worth the risk. As I've already picked that up, do I have time to squeeze out a magic missile?
You do, yeah. Of course you do.
Well, let's do it at second level, so that's 4d4. Ooh, 14.
14
That's a
points of
good
damage.
magic missile.
That's a very good magic missile. As it
But it wants to be up for like one round left.
It's +1 to
fly
every
through
missile.
the air, swirling towards him as he's currently looming over your friends.
Now,
They explode against his back.
it's +1 every missile,
In.
so plus another 4.
Oh, so
He
yeah,
looks
18.
over his shoulder at you. I have not forgotten about you, witch.
Well, we're all
You
witches.
die last and slowest of all. What do you hope to accomplish here? Can you not see this realm is already mine?
We're leaving and we're taking our friend with us.
That's what you think. Godfrey.
Move the flame sphere here, then bounce it off him. Bonk. Dex save.
Ooh, that one's only a 5.
He takes 8 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Then
You in this ball of burning gas!
I love it! Feel my ball of gas! I'm going to put my hand on Sevalia's shoulder and say, be healed in the light. And cure wounds.
Thank you so much.
So that is 8 points back.
Ooh, nice. Thank you.
Then I'm going to swing around to here. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Wonderful. Alright. Godfrey, do you still have his trident? Leon, do you still have his trident in your hand?
Yes.
Alright. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
17.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Ooh. Okay. So with that, you feel the trident lift from your grasp. But you tighten your grip and hold fast. And then feel yourself lifted off the ground. Out of the fetid cloud. As you see the Wither launch up with his trident. Oh, he's got his Impale. And he is going to look at you at the end of the trident. And then launch it down at Godfrey yet again.
Is my
Hoping
arm
to
still
impale
boosted?
you to the fucking...
Yeah, it's
Cool.
doesn't say that it, so I'm not really sure when it.
Probably be at the end of your turn.
Oh, until the start of my next turn. So you've still got it now, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, this is good, this is good. He's rolled a 19. He's rolled a 19.
What, as the final total?
No. It's +4.
Haha!
Well, my armor class is
not
currently
enough.
26, so...
Oh, you are lucky.
Catch it on the shield.
Spears down. You catch it on the shield.
Am I
And it
attached?
fails into the floor next to you.
That's all
What are you
Hang on
doing?
it.
Are you still holding on, or what are you doing? Because
I probably let go when I was in the air. Like, to be fair.
okay, you drop down. So as you drop down, yes, the trident moves ever so slightly. You're able to catch it on your shield as it throws the Wither off his stance. The trident slams into the floor beside you. It just roars at you.
I was going to yeet it somewhere in the distance if I could. But,
Leo, you're up next.
yeah, so he's going to get another rapier attack then. With advantage.
Go on.
What? Them's the
I'll
rules.
let you. Yeah, go on. That's fine.
So, well, that's 22 or 13. I'll take 13.
Outstanding. 22 is going to hit, Bob.
In that case, it'll be a full 10 for you.
Well, you jab forward with the rapier, this time aiming above the tentacles. You see it pierce into the dead flesh of his hip. There's a pop as the rapier pops through the other side, poking out of his front. He looks down. Nice try. My organs are long dead.
Yeah, that's me,
Okay.
man.
Stab him.
With that
Well
one.
done, you stabbed him. Svitalia, you're on deck.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to take a swing
Go
at
to
it.
work.
Gotta work on this guy. We will vanquish you. Oh, it's a good job. It's advantage. Yeah, much better. 17 plus 5.
Nice.
23.
That's going to hit, yeah.
Okay. 7, 10 damage.
10 damage. As you slash forward with your sword, you catch one of his huge tentacles at a sweet spot. There's a slice, and then a wet slap. One of his huge tentacles falls to the floor behind him. Oh! Maggots!
Can you grapple something bigger than you?
I mean, you can try.
I think I might try.
Glenn used to try on a Saturday night just after Gladiators.
I'm gonna use a superiority dice to bonus action and try to grapple him.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I think that might work actually. 17, 18, 19, 20, and then I have to add a d10. 24.
24, yes! You managed to get a huge armful of his tentacles all in one as he wrestles and writhes against you. What are you doing?
You look like you needed a hug.
And then he goes, ah, yes. I have longed for living touch for so long.
It's making it weird.
He's making it
Constitution
weird.
saving throw, please, Vitalia.
Oh no!
Oh, fuck.
I did tell you he was the god of plague and disease,
Yeah,
and you
you did.
decided to give him a
You
hug.
You did. It's pretty good though. 16.
Ooh, good. You only take half damage,
Oh, good.
which is 4 points of poison damage.
Okay, I'm just hope with that.
Slime and ichor that has been leaking out of his tentacles and covering his lower half just covers you all over the forearms. As you writhe against him, you can feel it on your face. Threatens to go down your mouth, but you manage to close it at the last second. The smell alone, though, is enough to make your soul wither. And it is now his turn. First things first. He's going to swing his Trident with such force and ferocity at you, Godfrey, that it threatens to take your head off.
Sorry.
He's rolled a 13.
Yep, doesn't matter.
That doesn't hit. You manage to deftly step out of the way of it, deflecting it with your shield. He breathes deeply and goes, "Enough of this, you fools!" All of his tentacles rise into the air. He's lifted up on two huge ones. His arms raise. The ground begins to rumble around you all.
Can he raise up on his tentacles if Svetlaya's got a hold on them?
Oh yes, you can. Okay. He rises up. He raises his arms into the air. The floor beneath you all begins to squirm and wriggle as ebony black tentacles burst from the clotted blood and slime. There's Leokunos, Vitalia, and Godfrey. Dexterity saving throws from you all, please.
Will I have to drop the grapple?
You can drop
21.
and do a dexterity saving throw, or
That's
you can contain the grapple and make a dexterity saving throw with a disadvantage. Because
No,
to
I'll
get out
drop-
of this, you're gonna have to like climb on him.
I'll drop the grapple, it's fine.
Alright.
Oh! Ha! I totally forgot I was rolling real dice and then rolled a natural 20.
Outstanding.
Roll 20 is half in my
21.
life.
A 20, and Godfrey?
Just to show that all things are balanced, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh no!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Okay,
The
so
agony and the ecstasy.
Spitalia and Leokuno, you're gonna take half damage, which is 10 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacles slap and crash against your armor, your legs, threatening to knock you to the floor and drag you down into the black, sickening, squelching mud and blood that coat the entire area.
Well, despite the
Godfrey.
natural 20, I'm down.
You are beaten into unconsciousness with
Well, the
Spitalia.
ring of evasion means I take 10, but I've got 10 hit points, so I also go.
Ah! As black tentacles slap and slam against your armor. There's a triumphant, "Ah! Finally! The ball of gas is gone!
Damn it! He was gonna take 2d6 damage if I'd survived that turn.
Torlek, you see these writhing black tentacles battering your friends surrounding the Wither. You see them crawling and sliming out of the floor just in front of you, ringing him in a 5-foot circumference.
Fuck. How bad does this guy look? Does he look wounded, or is he carrying himself strongly
He
still?
is looking like someone throwing Hail Marys. How's that sound?
Okay.
I don't understand.
Means he's nearly there.
Okay.
Alright. I've literally run out of everything, so all I can do is crossbow bolt to the face. Let's hope it hits. 10. Fuck.
10. As you let fly with your crossbow, he turns towards you and sees it coming and just... You'll have to do better than that, Tin Man. I've battered your friends and I'll soon drink their lifeblood. Yours shall be the most delicious I will taste tonight.
Would splashing a flask of oil on someone be a bonus action or an action, Mr. DM? If I'm 5 foot away.
You have to throw it at them to break it. But I'll allow it as a bonus action.
Really?
Yeah. But you're gonna have to throw it hard enough against them to break it.
Hell yeah. In that case, as he's monologuing at me, I'll just shut up and just launch this this little flask at him then. So do I have to make a ranged attack for this, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you now.
Yeah.
The DC is 15. That is his armor class.
Alright, well I'm not proficient with flasks, and my dexterity is -1, so I need...
I mean, is it similar size to the Molotov bath bombs you've been throwing?
I guess
Hey,
so,
we
yeah.
check bottles all the time.
I've got...
I'll give you a proficiency with that. It's very similar to a bath bomb. It's just not lit.
Alright, okay, so proficiency is +2 so- and DC is
I'll allow
15,
it.
so I need a 13 up, essentially. Come on, guys.
Blow on it.
Yeah!
You take his head off with it. Blah! Over that.
Right in the
Right in the
kisser.
eye.
Monologuing at you, telling you how delicious your blood and flesh will be. You just throw this flask towards him. Seeing that it's not lit, he just spreads his arms out wide and goes, what? And then it crashes against his chest, splashes up into his face. You can see him like coated in this thick, viscous oil. He's like, whoa. It's completely covered his entire top half.
Excellent.
Light him up.
He's even going to take 1 point of damage.
Hey!
On the glass.
It stings.
Imagine
He
if that
just
killed
looks at you and
somebody.
begins to laugh. You must be running out of tricks now. It's a child's trick.
Just,
Time has come, Tin Man.
I mean, there's only one sensible thing for Giselle to do
Oh.
right now, and that is get around to the angles right and chuck a firebolt with a 17.
That hits.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Roll damage.
Earn that fool.
So that is 6 damage, and does he catch on fire?
So, as you move around to stand next to Torlek, he's gesturing wildly. I will just feast! You'll decay and rot! And he sees the small firebolt building in your hand. A wry smile graces your face. And for a heartbeat, you see realization bloom on his face as you hurl the firebolt, striking him center mass. The oil that covers his body ignites, and there's a roar and a scream. The tentacles begin to writhe and flail as the Wither is completely immolated on the spot.
Yeah.
Breath burns in his lungs. The oil finds every orifice, his brain, his eyes. Everything melts. His skin begins to crackle and fester. The tentacles writhe and twitch in a horrific death throe. Before finally, with a final death rattle, his form crashes into the wet, black liquid that coats the floor.
The Human Torch
The
requires
tentacles twitch and writhe. And he lies still.
Good job,
Sweet.
guys.
I go to the nearest tentacle and kick it.
I'm gonna run. Over
calamari now, isn't it?
I'm gonna run over to these two and cast Spare the Dying on both of them in turn, just to make sure that they're stable before we start faffing around.
So I've got one healing potion I can give someone.
Then Svetalia's turn, so they're both going to make a death saving throw before you do this.
I fail. With an 8.
10? That's success.
Pass. Okay, Torlek and Jasael, Leoconor, you see your friends slipping from the mortal realms. You have to act quickly.
Well,
For it.
you can
So,
help them
Torlek,
up, right?
they're dying on Svetalia. Yeah, you can pick them up off the floor. They are unconscious as fuck. Battered and bruised. See, parts of Godfrey's chest have been caved in. Talia, her nose and face seem to have taken extreme bludgeoning damage. See, she's missing some of her teeth.
Oh.
Yikes. Well, yeah, I'll run over and Spare the Dying on Svetalia, and then when she's stable, I'll run to Godfrey and do the same. If Leo's not already healed him by that point, you know.
I was going to say that there's healing word for.
That'll do.
It's only level 1 healing word, man.
Better than a kick in the face, mate.
Say that, but sure. Let's have a look. Where we are.
So if that guy's dead, have I stopped bleeding out of my face?
Have 6 hit points back, Godfrey.
Nice.
Nice.
You have not.
Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
And
I should have said nothing.
eyes, your ears, your mouth. Well, we're going to address it after, just in case anyone else had any healing for you. But since you brought it up, your eyes, your mouth, your ears are pouring with blood. The headache and throbbing pain is almost debilitating. And until you receive some sort of healing, you can't cast any spells that require concentration. And any ranged attacks you're going to be making will be at disadvantage.
Oh, exciting.
Okay. Well, I'll stagger to my feet and I'll walk over. Grab her head and cast my last cure wounds.
Let's just see if you're actually going to be doing any walking first, Godfrey.
No, how way?
Oh no.
I've got a healing potion, so if I wobble over to you, I can give you that, and then you can give me some heals.
Ooh, here we go. Okay. Roll a d4, Godfrey.
2.
No, you got absolutely, completely bludgeoned, and as you rise to your feet, and your face is still swollen, you can't open your right eye. But then, as the healing magic pours over you, and the healing word goes down, Leoconor, you see that Godfrey's right eye has burst.
It's just an eye. The gods saw fit to bless me with 2.
Okay. So, until you receive the correct type of healing to repair your eye, Godfrey, you have disadvantage on wisdom, perception checks that rely on sight and ranged attack rolls.
All right. But bleeding from all your eyeballs and ears and stuff seems more pressing than that. So I'm still going to heal her for 8 points.
8 points.
Amazing, thank you.
And
Okay.
I am tapped. Nothing else.
Okay, that indeed stops the bleeding. You feel the blood slow and begin to crust and coagulate, form scabs in your ears, your nose, taste it in your mouth. Your eyes feel dry and it's hard to blink, Giselle, but bleeding has stopped, which is very good. As you only had
A round to live.
Yep.
There's 3 more stages.
Okay. So after I heal her, though, I'm just going to kind of collapse onto my knees and be like,
I'll pass you the healing potion.
You want to make a medicine check?
I rolled a 1, so it's
Roll a
like
1.
7 or something.
Gonna take
Can I have
some.
a go because I passed it to you?
Yeah, well, yeah, you're looking at his burst eyeball right now as well, so yeah, you can...
He's like trying to grab it, but the depth position's wrong. It's just like, what the? Keep it still, woman.
Oh wait, hang on. Oh, it's actually an 11. I forgot I had disadvantage.
Okay, it's 11.
Sorry.
You reckon that's gonna take something akin... The only spell that you can think of, that you've heard of, is Regenerate.
Well, grow that back at about 10 levels.
You could get a really cool eye patch though.
Does anyone have any healing for Svetalia? Because I've got a magically stable, but I can't wake her up or anything. I've literally nothing left.
Oh, I got one more healing word left that I was saving for my own 3 hit points, but go on.
I've got another potion as well. So if...
It's well, you can have 4 points of healing word.
Wonderful. So Svetalia... Consciousness. Roll a d4 for me, please, Svetalia.
Oh.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay. So your face, there is snaps and cracks as your skull reforms. And as you blink awake, you realize you can't open your left eye. So Leocrimo and Torlek can see that Svetalia's left eye has burst.
I tried to wink at
Bludgeoning.
at Godfrey, but
You feel something thick and wet slime down your face.
We've all been there.
So again, yeah, you've lost an eye. So the two of you, because 2 of you have got it, you will have disadvantage for 1 month. After a month, you will have gotten used to only having 1 eye.
or it can be fixed, right?
Or if you find someone that can cast the correct spell, you can
Okay.
throw your eye.
It was
We know a
one-
guy with a
which
punch
one
on
was
for
my eye,
regenerate.
Glenn? Did you say?
Yours is your right eye. Svetalia is her left.
I mean,
Well, we'll just
Disadvantage.
stand on either side of each other. It'll be like having 2 eyes.
And hold hands.
now that
Yeah,
Svetalia's up,
Mhm.
is what's up with Veska? Is she still unconscious on the floor? What's happening?
You guys are gonna have to. You can see the top of the tree. The flesh and bone is beginning to very gradually and slowly give way to bark. Very, very slowly. Blossom. The ground and air around you still has this horrible, foul feel and touch. But it
Let's just get
feels
out
as
of
if
here.
the thing that was perpetuating it has been stopped. And from the look of the tree, Javoy is beginning to heal. None of you can see what's happening with Veska, though, as you're not in front of the barrier. To see through, you would have to be in this vicinity here.
Do we go back through, guys? What do you think?
Oh,
Actually,
it'd be a good
Torlek will
idea
be
to
able
hang
to
out
see
here.
that Veska has crawled along the floor and is now cowering in the fetal position. There's a large shadow standing over her.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Before we jump back through, I have a couple of questions. The first one is, Godfrey, didn't like a stone or something drop out of the heart in front of you?
Was it a stone or was it just a chunk of it breaking before the rest of it broke? Like, is it like a...
Little chunk of it flying off
So it
before
wasn't
the
a
wither
thing.
burst from within it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like different to the other bits that broke off afterwards, yeah.
No, it just seemed like the first bit.
Okay. And the
Probably
second
worth
thing,
checking what the wither's got on him.
I was gonna say, can we nick
Yep.
his trident and shit? Like,
Oh, the Trident's coming, definitely.
Yeah,
The canny-sized trident.
you can.
I don't care if it's 3
You can
times the
try.
size of a man. It's coming with. We've got something out of this encounter.
A heavy trident. It's a two-handed trident for you all. It has a prerequisite of a 18 strength to wield
I could wield it.
with two hands.
makes one of us.
It'll keep people away from me blind eye.
15 feet long.
Does he? Do either of the two slain creatures have anything else of worth or interest on them?
As you begin to pick over the corpse of the leech heart and the wither, you hear a deep voice coming from the other side of the tree. It's mumbled by the barrier and by the fact that you are standing so far away from it, but you see Veska is now on her knees with her two stumps and her head bowed, whimpering. The giant armored form stands above her.
Does it seem like a vaguely familiar one that we saw in a vision recently?
Yes.
That is giant.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Is it possible
he-
to tell from
is he
here if it's
actually that
a real
big?
thing or a projection again?
So as you look at it, you can make an Arcana check while he says, "The White Witch of the Mire, you've been hiding far too long." He reaches down with his giant mailed hand and strokes it across her face. You can see that the shoulders are shaking and she's crying. And then he grasps a hold of her face, twists it violently towards Javoy the tree. "Look, witch, gaze upon your prince. See how far he has fallen. This is your fate. This is the fate of all who will not listen." He wrenches her head back toward him and brings his face within inches of hers. "Do you understand me? Good. I will ask this only once, before I twist and break your body and soul. Tell me, White Witch, what is it you desire?" But before she can answer, he notices you all standing through the barrier. Raises to his full form, bringing Veska with him, still holding her by the face. With a flick of his wrist, he discards her. She flies across the the clearing into the trees beyond. You hear a dull, sickening thud. Gestures out towards wall. Come here. Points to his feet. Kneel before your lord.
Gonna make the the gesture from the islands that's the equivalent of the finger where you stroke across your ear like I'm not hearing your whispers. I'm gonna give him one of them.
Nice. He spreads out his arms. I am a benevolent god. I perform
Bollocks.
miracles. I will grant you your heart's desire right here and now. Torlek, I will give you your wife back. And Godfrey, I will give you peace and forgiveness, and I can undo your greatest mistake. Jasail, you can have safety, all of the knowledge your heart and mind desires, and a peaceful and fulfilling life. What about you, Svetalia? I will keep your family safe and reunite you with your father. And he stops on you, Leo. You are not known to me. He leans forward. You should not be here. He concentrates for a second, tilts his head. You can do something for me in return for fame and riches beyond belief. If you do something for me, I will make it so that you sing the greatest songs that have ever been sung, and that all who walk shall know your name. So as you see, I already know what you all desire. You have but to come here and whisper it to me.
Well, unfortunately for you, it's not your forgiveness I want, so you can suck a dick.
We are not interested.
Giselle just spits on the ground.
I just make the gesture again.
I say nothing.
He sort of gestures nonchalantly, looks down to the side, back to you all. You will break, eventually. They all do. And then he dissipates. On the spot.
Was that the Lord of Whispers? This is the
Or an
first time I've
illusion
seen.
of him, maybe.
First time I have seen his image.
Well, count yourself fortunate.
I do not.
I'm gonna go and try and find.
Yeah, let's
Veska?
see if
Yeah.
Veska's okay.
Okay.
I'll hobble after you. I'll keep up. I'll watch the rear.
As
Well, you watch the right.
and hobble your way back through the barrier between the Feywild and the material plane. You can see that the blood and gore that was dripping from inside of Javoy is stopped. As you pass through, you can already see an area of green grass surrounding the standing stones that is beginning to very slowly spread out as the corruption and disease that was coating this area begins to recede. The standing stones still stand in the circle, lit with a dim green light. As you look behind you, you can see the yellow eye is focused on a point off in the direction. The green eye, sorry, is focused on a point off in the direction where Veska flew. Again, on this side of the material plane, you can see the branches are beginning to turn brown, like bark. Small blossoms.
Can I find her?
You can make an investigation check with advantage if you're all trying. 16. Okay. So you do indeed find the fallen form of Veska.
I'll cast Spare the Die, and she seems like she's unconscious. Just give it a go anyway. I've still
The
got that.
large tree branch that is protruding from her
Oh.
chest. The chest suggests otherwise.
Are her eyes
Well,
open?
we've all been impaled.
Her eyes are indeed open,
I'll
fixed
close
with a
them.
look of terror.
I'll close the
Still
eyes
has
and say,
grin across
thank you, Veska.
As you do so, you can see that the ground directly beneath her is beginning to turn green. And in front of your eyes, in heartbeats, small clovers and wildflowers are beginning to sprout and pop up around her body. Colourful mushrooms and toadstools begin to grow all around her. And it begins to spread out.
Torlek just sits down on the ground where he is and is just visibly shaken. Just put my head in my hands.
I'm going to tear a piece off my tabard and cover my gross eye. Or the hole where my eye was.
Torlek and Leocrin, are you staying where you are?
Just slowly moving up, not to be involved in any route action. Still don't trust it.
Yeah, I suppose seeing Leo move, I realised it's a wise thing to do, but it's kind of...
Well, it seems you are the last to move. The rest of you looking at the form body of Veska. Torlek, you feel the lightest of touches on your shoulder. If you turn, you can see one of the large branches of the tree is just touching on your armor. You can see it moving around very gently, as if searching. It's just trying to find. It looks like it's trying to find the edge of your armor somewhere. It's just moving very gently. You can see the very tip of it has begun to turn brown. There's a small blossom flower growing on it.
Just turn to it. I assume this is your voice, so I'm not recoiling or anything.
Okay, as the branch finds the tip of your armor, you can see it snakes down towards the exposed flesh of your neck. There's a warm sensation as it touches you. Leoquino, you hear Torlek gasp. See his eyes roll back into his head. For a scant heartbeat, Torlek is unresponsive.
Is he like falling to the floor? Was he still stood?
He is stood still, as if all of his muscles have atrophied.
So I'm quite surprised by this. Like, I'm just gazing in wonder. Like, what the fuck?
I'm going to look at Godfrey and offer him a piece of tabard.
Okay, I'll take it.
Help you cover your eye. Just give you like a sympathetic nod.
Thanks.
Solidarity.
An eye's a okay price to pay to stop one of these guys. Less than I paid the last time I got.
I did not think we would come out of that alive.
Hmm.
Veska paid the price this time.
At least when she died, her mind was her own. Should we bury her? Take her back to our house?
I'm not sure. She was like impaled on a branch, wasn't she? It seems like the area is benefiting from her being here.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should free her from the branch and just lie her against the tree.
I've got a
She'd
hand
like that.
axe.
She'd like to be with Javoy.
That's a good point. What do you want to
There we go.
chop it with the sword and I'll hold the branch?
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I've still got a slot left. I can use levitation to get her
Oh.
off in a slightly less gruesome way, and then we can just poodle her over.
Okay.
So when we turn around, levitating the body, we're just looking at Torlek and Leo standing, gawping at each other.
Yeah, I'm just like gazing in wonder, like, what is happening here?
After I've just been stood there sort of silently for a couple of moments, there's a little bit of blossom falls down and sort of lands on my face, and I just kind of come back to myself like and I'll just sort of, as the branch withdraws, I'll just sort of turn to the rest of you and say, she's with Javoy. He says thank you, and that he's where he needs to be. He says that the land will heal, and to tell Poyana what happened to her, that they're all right in the green, whatever that means.
It's at this moment you realise that Veska's body is levitating behind the group that you've just addressed.
They can just see my eyes move and follow my eyes.
Well, it seemed a bit more dignified than the alternative.
I still think we should lay her at Chavoy's roots.
Yeah.
So as you guys look towards the tree, you can see the now much brighter glowing green eye in the tree. Seems relaxed. Is looking from you all, with Veska's body, to the middle of the standing stones, and then back to you all, into the middle of the standing stones.
Okay. Well, let's drag these dead ents out. Leave her there then.
Dead bodies of the corrupted fey creatures with ease. I'll remove them for you.
I think we might be able to make some sort of like camp here for the night. We're all pretty
Yeah.
fucked.
Maybe it'll be safe in the stones, but then also we're going to leave the body there. So I mean, let's see what happens when we put the body down.
Yeah, we'll guide the body to the middle of the circle and just gently end the spell so she just floats to the ground.
Okay.
Well, I'll go into the radius.
There we go. So as you drop the spell and Veska's body gently floats to the ground, the huge gaping wound in her chest, sort of dripping with this blood tinged with green. She touches the ground, and the stones around her begin to glow and pulse. And you can see that her body begins to soften and melt very slowly at first. And then with each pulse of the stones, the body seems to become less and less real, less and less corporeal. And a light breeze blows across the clearing in which you all stand in. And Veska turns to ashes. It scatters across the small clearing all around you. The stones glow the brilliant green light. So bright that you almost have to close your eyes and look through your hands. And the light dissipates. The stones go inert. And as you open your eyes and look around, the entire clearing is covered with bright green grass and wildflowers. And you can see at the very edges of the clearing, it's very slowly beginning to spread out into the surrounding foliage. Colour, vibrance, and life are returning to the Hagsmire for the first time in nearly 200 years. You can see that, oh my god, he's still screaming. Stop it, Savoy.
It's okay, guys. I'm going to kill it from the inside like Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy.